Hello, welcome back. Before going to our next part of the project, I wanted to show one quick thing, like how to handle multiple buttons, for example. See, if I have, for example, here another button, yeah, and let's say this is something like click me also, for example, yeah. So this is a different button, yeah. Now, if I click, okay, same action happens. If I click, same action happens because we are doing the same thing. Okay. Suppose if this is the case, and let's say we wanted to implement it this way. For example, this is plus button, and this is let's say minus button. Okay. Now what we really need is if I click plus button, okay, it should increment. If I click minus button, it should decrement. Okay, that is the intention. Okay, that's how we wanted to do it. Okay. Now you may simply do it this way. For example, let's say I will take another function, handle click 1, handle click 2, yeah, and here it is minus, sorry, this is minus, okay, and for example, this handle click 1 will go here and handle click 2 will go here. Okay, now let's try. Okay, uh, this is incrementing and this is decrementing. Yeah, so this is incrementing and this is decrementing. Okay, so this is how you can actually do it in a simple way. Okay, but let's imagine what if I have 10 different buttons. Yeah, for example, when we implement the next project tic-tac-toe, right, there'll be basically like 3 rows and 3 columns, right, 9 buttons. Yeah, and we have to handle 9 buttons. I can't write 9 functions, so it is, you can see here it is almost same thing, right? It's just that, okay, only thing is in one case I'm handling plus button, in another case I'm handling minus button. Yeah, but most of the code is same, and we can't just have 9 functions doing almost 99% same thing, right? So this is where how can we actually manage this with one handler function? Yeah, I don't want to duplicate the code unnecessary, but at the same time we wanted to handle in such a way we still wanted to achieve the same result. Okay, right? If this is clicked, it should be decremented. So how can we actually do that? Okay, so for that what we really need is we want some sort of like for this handle click function, we want some sort of indicator like which button is clicked. Okay, this is the same common handler function, but we want to know which button is clicked. So based on that, we wanted to take a call. Yeah, for example, if it is taking say a parameter I, or let's say selected button. Yeah, so if it is taking selected button as a parameter, yeah, and if selected button is plus, yeah, then I should be able to do plus. Otherwise I should be able to do say subtraction, like that we wanted to do. Now how can we actually, like, we wanted this selected button as plus or minus to be passed. So this is a plus button. Yeah, now I wanted to actually ensure that the child component calls this function, that is a parent function, but also pass this particular thing like the parameter. So how can we actually do that? Okay, so for that we can actually pass, for example, here I wanted to pass plus sign. Yeah, and here for this particular thing I wanted to pass, yeah, minus, okay, as an indicator. Okay, so this way now what happens is I can get basically whether it is plus button clicked or minus button clicked. Yeah, but there is a catch here. If I do it this way, what happens is instead of telling React that I wanted this function as a handler function, okay, I'm actually calling function here. If I write it this way, yeah, it is same as calling the function and passing plus as a parameter. Yeah, now if I do it this way, then what happens is you can see here too many re-renders. Yeah, why it is re-rendering? Because basically when I do it, it's actually calling this handle function, which is updating this, which in turn calls re-render, which in turn calls this function, which in turn calls re-render. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ಬಟನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಈ ಬಟನ್ ಕಾಂಪೋನೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಲರ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಲರ್ ಏನ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಲರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್, ಓಕೆ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್ ದ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಈ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಸೊ ರೀರೆಂಡರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ರೀರೆಂಡರ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಟು ಕಾಲ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಆರೋ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಹಿಯರ್. Okay, so by using arrow function ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ನಾವು, whenever I mean as part of the handler function, okay, we wanted to call or we wanted to register a function. What is that function? An anonymous function. but that anonymous function whenever called, an anonymous function whenever it is called, it should call handle click function. So ಈಗೇನಾಯ್ತು, ನಾವು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ಈ ಬಟನ್ಗೆ handler is some anonymous function, and that anonymous function when called should call this handler click function and pass this parameter. So ಈಗೇನಾಯ್ತು, we are back to the same thing, but now this function can get plus or minus sign. Okay, now you can see it is still working. Okay, it is just that I have to simply handle the selected button here. See, for example, if I console.log, okay, selected button, if I log it, now you can see, okay, plus minus plus minus, so I'm able to get what is the selected function. So now based on this, we will simply, yeah, if selected button is equal to plus, yeah, if that is the case, we want to do or we wanted to do minus. If it is getting confused, okay, so it should not be if, we don't need this. Okay. ಸೊ ಇದು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಇಫ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಟರ್ನರಿ ಆಪರೇಟರ್. ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಇದು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ ಕಾಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್, ಓಕೆ, ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ಟರ್ನರಿ ಆಪರೇಟರ್. ನಾವು ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಲರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್, ಓಕೆ, ನಾನೇನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಪಾನ್ which button is clicked, now you are actually using appropriate indicator to do appropriate action. Okay, but very important thing ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ you have to use arrow function. arrow function ವೇದಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. arrow function ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಾರ್ದೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ it is basically calling that function, intern calling that function, intern calling that function, and ultimately, okay, React will stop it because it has reached a threshold. Okay, beyond that it cannot re-render. Okay, so ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನಮ್ದು ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಬಟನ್ ಇವೆ. ಸೊ 4 ಬಟನ್ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು ಯಾವ ಬಟನ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಅ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡೋಣ.